So how am I going to get from this self-absorbed chaos into a circumstance where I can feel at peace with myself and with others? How do I get there? In my own case, I tried a lot of different ways that were not successful, and those were primarily built around white-knuckle abstinence or trying to run away from the problem, which might have included simply changing my circumstances. True recovery is a blessing from God and a connection with God. It's a gift. Replacing my own selfish and prideful self with God and putting God at the center of my life is truly the only recovery that there is. As long as I focus on God as being able to help me in my needs, then I am able to do a lot of things that otherwise are beyond me. So literally, healing is God-centered, and God at the center of my life is where the power comes from for my own recovery. It is almost impossible to see how to move away from this self-absorbed condition. And that is emphasized especially because I, out of fear, don't dare be honest about what's happening in my life. To be able to move into a circumstance where I'm connected with God and others, the first thing I had to do was choose to be honest. That meant that I had to be telling my story. So I had to break down that pride and be willing to be humble. I had to be willing to surrender to my understanding of God and what He would have me do. I also had to be willing to make a connection, and that connection would only come if I was vulnerable and willing to be honest. So honest, accountable, willing to surrender to God was critical. And when I made the decision that that's what I would do, that gave me the possibility of being able to find some help. And the help is critical. I will not move away from addiction without help. That included support from a qualified therapist. I was able to find qualified therapy because I could be open and honest about what was going on. I was able to attend 12-step groups with an open, honest heart, with my family knowing where I was going. I was determined to learn about what I was dealing with, and I could be open and honest about that effort. I could study materials openly, and I could work on a spiritual connection with God and honestly pray instead of essentially praying a lie, which is not possible.